Fraud and cybercrime are now the UK's most common offences, with 3.6 million cases every year and 1 in 10 people falling victim. I'm here today with Neil Masters, the National Lead for Fraud and Economic Cybercrime, who's going to be talking to us about how to protect yourself online. So Neil, what is fraud and economic cybercrime?
It's where I pretend to be someone that I'm not. Its situation may be that I will telephone you and pretend to be from your bank and trick you into giving me your details in relation to your PIN and your login details. Or if I'm working online, I send you an email which tends to be from a major retailer and again tricks you into providing me with your details in relation to your password and your login. I then use that information, I pretend to be you, and then what I do is I will then steal the money from your bank account, or I will order myself a nice new television using the details in relation to the online provider.
What types of fraud are common and what should I look out for?
We see a number of frauds. In fact, there are over 400 frauds that are recorded by what's called Action Fraud, which is part of the police. At the present time, we're seeing a lot of card not present fraud. That again is where a fraudster will trick someone into providing details of their credit card or of their bank card. They then use that information in order to pretend to be that person, and they will steal money from their account. They may move that money to another account, or they will then buy an item perhaps online or on a click and collect type system that a number of the stores now run in the United Kingdom.
So how can I protect myself online from fraud?
What we say is that you should always have a strong password. So your password, instead of being that of your animal, your dog or your cat, should be something that's memorable to you. So maybe a line out of a particular poem or a favourite line from a film, something which is memorable to you but is quite complicated. In addition, when you see that flash up on your phone or on your laptop that says you need to update your operating software, then it's not just about having whizzy apps. That operating system, when it's updated, will also provide greater protection for you when you're online. In addition, we would always recommend that you use antivirus software. Antivirus software doesn't need to be expensive. There is some free software that's available online, but it's software that actually helps protect your machine from viruses which might try and steal information from you and your system.
So what should I do if I have been defrauded?
If you've been defrauded and it's in relation to your credit card or to your debit card, you should contact your bank or your card provider. You should always use the number on the back of your card, and if you look on the back of your card, it will see that it says that if you are defrauded or you lose your card, that you should use that particular number, because it gets you through to people who know what they're talking about and will be able to actually to help you. In addition, in relation to that, if you have been defrauded in any other way, you should contact the police. Now, in this country, we have a National Fraud and Cyber Reporting Centre, which is called Action Fraud. They're available online or on the telephone, and you should report any theft or fraud in relation to your credit cards and in relation to the transaction directly to them. Action Fraud is www.actionfraud.police.uk.
And importantly also, can I get my money back if I have been defrauded?
If you've used your credit card, there is a good chance that you'll get your money back. If you have pre-authorised payments through what we call CHAPS and BACS, then each case will need to be considered on its own merits, but it is by no means certain that you will be reimbursed because actually you've authorised that particular payment. So much of our crime is now committed from overseas via the internet, and therefore not everybody is brought to justice. But where people are brought before a court, then there is an opportunity to ask the court for compensation or restitution. And in those circumstances, the court may then consider whether or not you should be reimbursed for your loss. But I must emphasise that's only if if the case goes to the court. There is also the possibility that where there is someone who is a fraudster in this country, that you may be able to take civil action against them, but you would need to go and see a solicitor, because that can be quite an expensive process.
If I have been defrauded, what help is available for me?
If you've been defrauded and you report it to the police, and we'd always encourage you to report it to police, you can opt to have what we call victim services. Victim services provided by organisations like Victim Support will work very closely with the police and law enforcement. Police and law enforcement will provide a degree of care and information for you, but where you've opted for victim support, they will contact you within 24 hours of being notified by the police, and they will provide emotional and practical support to you. So they'll help you move beyond the crime by being there for you, being someone for you to talk to, being someone that will help you with the emotional impact of the crime. But you might not always have the emotional impact at the very beginning of a crime. Sometimes it can take a number of weeks before people realise the impact it has on them. And in those circumstances, Victim Support and other organisations will be there for you to help you and to work with you to get your life back on track.
So if I've been a victim of cybercrime, do I go straight to the police?
Only if you're in immediate danger would it be appropriate for you to go contact the police through the 999 system. Generally with cybercrime, it's occurring in cyberspace, and therefore that there isn't anything that police would be able to do immediately to be able to help you. In those circumstances, what you would do would be to contact the National Fraud and Cyber Crime Centre, which is a reporting portal which is called Action Fraud, and they can be contacted on www.actionfraud.police.uk.
Thank you so much, Neil. It's very informative. It's good to know if you're a victim of cybercrime or fraud, there is extra help available.